Story Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory. I am your host, as always, Nico Skilla, or scottahawk, and there's a reason why we're doing this. So, the reason why we're doing a second stream, and B, a second stream the same day as the first, of the same game as the first, has a much more simple conclusion than I feel like you'd think. So, our thing is, tomorrow is the first day of E3 conferences. So I figure, depending on how long they last, the stream might just straight up not happen when it's supposed to, or it might not happen until 8, depending on how everything goes. So we're gonna do an early stream, like a second stream today, and then hopefully everything works out and we can do another one after the conference tomorrow. But who knows? Guess we'll find out tomorrow. But as of right now, while we're here, we might as well. So can get as much stuff done as possible. So maybe, just maybe, can make even more progression. Because, again, yes, tomorrow's conference at 2 p.m. Eastern Time is EA, but, like, maybe they have something good. Probably not, but maybe they have something good. But yeah, just in case I don't do a stream tomorrow at the proper time, we're doing this one just so that there is a stream out. You know? So that's what we're hoping for. Yeah, we're hoping that everything goes well. Also, we're hoping that EA's conference is a good way to start E3, because could be terrible. So we're hoping for, hey, it's the Occult Research Club. I'm not giving any of them voices. You can read this. I'll make sure to go through it slowly. But, we're hoping that EA starts off E3 with a bang, instead of it just being like, oh, EA at E3 is first conference of whatever. We're hoping that's not the case. Honestly, personal hope that they actually show off Anthem, because I think that was EA last year. Whoever showed off Anthem, hopefully they show off more of Anthem, and hopefully it's not dead. Because we've heard pretty much sweet fuck all about it. But hopefully, you know, we get more info on Anthem, because that looks like it would be a hell of a fun time. Just to fuck around in, honestly. But hey, maybe they'll even make new IPs. Probably not, but maybe. You never know. You never know. So, yeah, hopefully, hopefully EA is a solid first conference. But, like, I feel like there's not high hopes for EA's conference. Like, people want it to, there might be some people who really want it to be good, but, like, it's EA, so as much as you want it to be good, it's probably going to be bad. On another note, so the conferences are tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. I could go through all of the different times, but I only know the one. But tomorrow, EA's is at 2 p.m. Eastern time, which is my time. So right before the 3 p.m. stream. Then on Sunday, Microsoft's is at 4 p.m. Eastern. Bethesda's is at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. If you want the like global times, I just got all of them from the E3 2018 schedule on IGN. So if you want the times for your time zone, check out IGN.com and search for the E3 2018 schedule times. And maybe if you guys are in the Discord, we could talk about it there, because I will 100% be watching the E3 streams. Because, you know, as a gamer, you gotta know what to look forward to and what not to look forward to. But, anyway, back to what we were saying. Bethesda's is the last one I mentioned, and then Square Enix is at 1 p.m. Eastern on Monday, then Ubisoft at 4, PC Gaming Show at 6, and then Sony at 9. All PM, all Eastern. And then finally we have Nintendo at 12 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday, June 12th. And then there could be other things here and there during the week, from the 12th to the 14th, but like, general idea is going to be that. But for shit that I hope to see for E3, honest to God, I really, really, really hope that I want to say I really hope that, like, I hope E3 doesn't suck. Like, I hope EA does good. I really want EA to do good. I don't know why I want EA to do good, but I want EA to do good. I want them to at least have a solid opening. I don't really care for Microsoft because I don't own an Xbox One. Bethesda, I just know that the Rage 2 and Fallout 76, and I don't really care much about those two things. Because Rage is, I didn't really like the first one all that much, and I'm not a Fallout fan, obviously. By all of the Fallout content not on my channel. Square Enix, they're going to be showing off at least, at least I want to say, I think, I hope, they show off more of Final Fantasy VII Remake. And then I hope that they have something else. Something that isn't just FF7 that looks amazeballs. Because that can't be the only big thing Square shows off. They have an entire conference. That can't be all they show off. Then again, knowing my luck. Hey, you joined as we were talking about E3, because I've literally nothing else to talk about, and the only reason I'm doing this stream is because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to do the one at 3, because that first conference might go past 3 o'clock. So, just in case stream. Ow. Yeah, so I figured I'd do a stream.
The time that it does, or that happens. So.
Yeah, I figured. We assumed I'd be the only one to watch it from the the channel, because either nobody else cares or nobody else can. So I was talking about E3, the schedule times, and then what I hope to see from each thing, which so far I've covered. I hope EA does anything cool, because they're the first conference. That's kind of like, you're opening E3, please don't suck.
I mean, it's EA, they're gonna have their stupid car thing, and that's gonna be the one thing that's like, nah, you know what, I've stopped
I'm
paying
hoping
attention.
they show off, I'm hoping Anthem isn't dead. And they show off some more of that. And then they have to have other things, obviously, but like, other than their sports, I hope to see Anthem, maybe some other stuff. I don't know. I don't even remember if Anthem was EA or if it was Ubisoft.
I mean, both those companies have
if it
issues,
was
so...
if it was Ubisoft, at least they know how to make they know how to make games without the game just being, hey, buy the game, okay, now buy everything else in the game with real money. But like,
I'm a little sad. So Paladin's coming to Switch,
Seen.
but unless I want to wait till like a month from now, I won't be able to play it.
pourquoi?
So,
It's required
because
online.
it's like, hey, here's the Founders Pack. We're going to give you an incentive to buy the Founders Pack by making it to where you're the only one who has access to it for an entire month.
Oh, yeah, the same thing they did on PlayStation 4.
Did they?
Yeah. Same with Smite. They have like a month of early access,
never
and then
mind.
everyone gets
I
the
just
full
don't remember
game.
those then.
To be fair, we didn't know Paladins existed until that was over. Other than the Fernando skin, which nobody really cared about,
And
slash...
I guess technically,
wanted.
because we were in the beta, it bypassed us and it didn't matter because we always had access to it because of the beta. Quote-unquote beta. Because I never remember a time where it was like, hey, yeah, buy this shit and play it.
Oh,
I
I
just wasn't paying
also
attention.
got a fun little email
It's
today
possible.
from GameStop. It's like, hey, E3 deals, you can get... We know Black Ops 4, because that's kind of the... They've already kind of announced it as like, hey, this is a thing. Battlefield 5 we know is a thing. There were 2 or 3 other things that... one of them was Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which is a Square thing. It's fine, I guess. Not really a big deal. Then there was the Call of Duty game and the Battlefield game, and there was something else, and I don't remember what it was, because it just didn't care. I really didn't care about anything that they were explaining as on sale for the E3 sale.
Apparently fucking Evolve was on sale for like $10 and places just like, but apparently the servers are actually legitimately shutting down. So someone says to me, and I'm like, oh, thanks.
It's on
it's kinda
sale
interesting.
again, but like...
I mean,
They
it's been
don't-
on sale pretty much.
It's been
consistently
constant.
for quite a
Yeah,
while.
because they've lost pretty much their entire player base, with the exception of like the super tryhards.
I mean, that's also what happens when you don't decide to give your final farewell update to consoles. Which, by the way,
Not
would've
even
picked it up a
PC is
little
doing
bit.
that good anymore. We have a second
No,
viewer.
because again, after that update and then the few updates that came after that, they dropped it. So,
Anywho, back to the
Yeah.
E3 thing. The next thing after EA is Microsoft, which we don't care. Neither of us owns an Xbox One, nor do I think we feel like getting one ever. And
the only
then
reason why I care is because sometimes they like show off things that are actually not quote-unquote exclusives that they say are exclusives. That's straight bullshit. Although again, then someone else turns around and says an exclusive for this too, and then it's also straight bullshit. So
well, yeah, but
knows.
Xbox hasn't had any actual like, hey, this is the game that's worth getting an Xbox One for exclusives. Their last one was Scalebound, and they canceled that. So, yeah.
well, for you.
For most people, that was their big Dragon
there's,
Souls-like game. That was their counter to Bloodborne, and they canceled
oh, wait,
it.
No, that was
their
that
counter
was
to Bloodborne.
fucking,
That was supposed to be like the, hey, here's our biggest game, like
I
our
think
big
somebody
seller.
confirmed that one zombie apocalypse trailer thing was actually just Last of Us 2. I think somebody confirmed that, but it took them a while to actually confirm it.
No, that was confirmed pretty much last year at E3.
I was gonna say, I'm like, oh, this game looks really cool. Like, it looks kind of like an open world survival thing. It's like
that's State of Decay.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, it had a better feel than State of Decay 2, and it also was way prettier.
That's the issue.
Way prettier.
State of Decay 2 was like the
already out, so.
Considering I was talking about the Microsoft one, that's it. All it could be is State of Decay 2. They don't really have anything else. No, State of Decay 2 is only on Xbox. It's literally a Microsoft exclusive. It's Xbox and PC.
Yeah.
Because they're both owned by Microsoft.
That doesn't count.
No, PC for Xbox does count. Xbox PC counts as an exclusive for Xbox, which is why they don't actually have any real exclusives that are just specifically for the Xbox One. And then, like, other than Xbox and the fact that not really a big deal. The next one is Bethesda, which we know Rage 2 and Fallout 76. That's all we know, and honestly, I don't think
they have more, but it's
if they do have more, it's going to be like an expansion or something for something pre-existing, unless they decide, hey, we're going to suddenly launch a new IP without telling anyone or teasing it at all.
Didn't the DLC, the next DLC for ESO already happen? So there's no reason for them to point.
They already have it, so that it's. They recently released ESO the fully collector's edition, to where you get ESO plus every expansion, like the complete edition of ESO. So might be done with that, honestly. Maybe not, because that's still making them a lot of money. But like
the Destiny 2 thing, they're like, oh yeah, by the way, another expansion because reasons.
Well, they already have 5.
Hey, you know what? They can do another 6. It's an MMO. You could do another 6. You could. That doesn't make it a good idea.
Well, keep in mind, what if Fallout 76 is an MMO? They can't. They don't have the money to run 2 at once.
2 at once. Yeah, you can.
I don't think they have enough money to do 2 at once.
It's a bad idea.
Square Enix doesn't have enough money to do 2 at once, and they have all the money.
You say that.
They
multiple phone games too, which also eat up server space like a bitch.
Yeah, but those aren't MMOs. MMOs have so much server capacity that usually they have an entire server thing, like an entire server room dedicated to that. Not always, because some MMOs don't really have, like, as much as it's a big open world MMO, if it looks like shit, nobody, like, Realm of the Mad God. Technically a giant open world MMO is maybe 105 megabytes.
I mean,
does not take server space. It is not that big.
Am I fighting a fucking black hole? I think I'm fighting a black hole. A black hole.
I don't think Fallout 76 is going to be an MMO. It might be a multiplayer game, but I feel like
it's going to have some multiplayer aspect because that's what we've been asking for forever.
I feel like if it has multiplayer, I feel like if it does go multiplayer, but it's not an MMO, it could be one of two things: either it's not an MMO in reality, but it's close enough, or it just turns into essentially like
I would be totally okay with it being a .hack game.
No, what I meant was. An MMO that's not really server based. So, trying to think of one.
So, like their structures.
Technically, RuneScape.
And, like,
RuneScape is the closest thing I can think of. Which they could, but like.
We haven't had like an MMO that like.
Hey, what's up, Walker?
You have multiplayer interactions, but it's not actually with the person. So
here are the two that I think are actually pretty likely if it does have multiplayer integrated into it, which would be either something like 7 Days to Die or Minecraft, where there's a 4-person lobby, kind of thing. Like there's an X amount of players in a lobby.
18.
What game are you playing?
It's 18. It's 18 on the Switch, dude. It's 18 on everything, if not
In
more.
what game?
At least I think it's 18.
In what game? Because we...
Minecraft.
Really? Because we had 5 people and it was dying.
Yeah, but that's
when we were when we played on
PS4.
You could hardly have anyone. Like I think 4 players. Once we tried to invite a 5th, it decided to die.
Yeah, but that's
their anime is fuck, Walker.
Garbage. As well.
No, that was the fact that we couldn't actually invite a 5th person. And then on PC, the little I played on that, I also couldn't invite more than 4 people. So unless that's a new thing, that's not a thing.
It's a common thing for all of the things we've gotten for a while. Fuck it, more meteors.
I'd love to look this up, but I am very uncomfortable. Try it anyway.
Show me what these new classes are that I have attained.
Show me the memes.
Hunter. Alright. Passive. Okay. Crit.
Well, okay, so I looked it up. The maximum number of players you can have in a Minecraft world is 8.
Probably 8.
That's where it maxes out. And then in 7 days it was 4. In 7 days it was 4, and I couldn't connect most of the time. Because that game hates me.
7 days is still... I don't even know how that game lasted as long as it did. It's so poorly optimized for everything.
Point of the matter, 8 is the highest for a game like that, and that's not really all that much. So if you're going off of that route, that's not... Okay, Fallout 76, it's Minecraft, but with an actual plot, not just a final boss. And then the other one that I can think of that's a possibility that would actually be pretty easy to implement is a co-op. Even if it's just like one other person co-op. Minecraft hates Scott.com. Minecraft didn't hate me. 7 Days to Die hated me. I could not run that game on my PS4 because it would cancel out and die. My application would just constantly close for 0 reason. Then I lost it and didn't give any variant of a fuck.
Oh god.
But yeah, those are the 2 possibilities I can think of that would actually be like likely possibilities. Is the most likely thing being either they have like kind of a peer-to-peer server. So like you have a lobby, but that lobby is connecting to a host. Or it's just strictly like 1 or 2 other people co-op. Not quite couch co-op, but like a limited number of people in a single game, but not quite a full, like not quite enough to make a lobby out of it type thing. You know what I mean? And then I don't think there's anything else you could do for that, like Rage 2.
Just make it better, like for Rage 2.
Make the game less broken in certain ways.
It's not that Rage 1 was bad. It's just there were so many things that
there were certain things
missing.
in the game that were kind of the game breaking.
Yeah, they were either broken or the game just like something seemed to be lacking with it. Like they missed out on a bunch of content, like Destiny 1 was when it first came out. It's like there's all
and then
shit
Destiny 2 because it didn't learn
eventually
from
got.
Scott. Hi, my name is
somewhere.
Scott, and everything hates me. That's pretty much my life. He didn't say the rest of that sentence, but that's pretty much my life. And then the next one is Square Enix, which we know they're going to have Shadow of the Tomb Raider, because thanks GameStop, you've already spoiled that. And then they pretty much...
Oh wait, no, because
that's not Square Enix. That would be just strictly on Sony. Or at PC, which would be
said that they
confusing.
Would have a spot too.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's most likely, if they do decide to show it off, which they have no reason not to, it's probably going to be on Sony, which will be on Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern. But, for Square, other than Final Fantasy VII probably, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I don't really... Well, they could show Dragon Quest IX, but I think it's 9. It's either 9 or some double-digit number.
You mean the one that we got, or a new...
There's a new one. The new one. Yeah.
I was going to say, I'm like...
They can show a new one, a new Dragon Quest game, technically, because there is information that one exists. They have Final Fantasy VII and then Shadow of the Tomb Raider. But that's not an hour plus of content. That's maybe 25 minutes, maybe a half an hour if they have gameplay for at least one of them. Which for Final Fantasy VII they damn well should. I'm allergic to fire. Don't worry, Walker. I'm pretty sure everyone's allergic to fire in some way. If you get lit on fire, you're gonna have quite the allergic reaction. No. If you get set on fire, you're going to have one hell of an allergic reaction. You know, by being on fire. Can't really think of anything else that, like, Final Fantasy, Tomb Raider, maybe Dragon Quest for Square. I don't know if there's anything else that they would show off. Ubisoft might show off a gameplay trailer for Beyond Good and Evil 2. And then if it's not EA who's doing Anthem, it would be Ubisoft, so that could be neat. You're allergic to milk, so you're lactose retarded. I can't say the other word. I know the other word, I just can't say the other word. I can't do it. It's like lactose intolerant or something, but it's easier for me to just say lactose intolerant.
You can't drink
lactose retarded. Dairy retarded. I'm a jerk, but I'm not wrong.
Heard it.
So what else could Ubisoft show? Maybe a new Tom Clancy game?
We still need to know who has access / the thing details about Borderlands 3. We still don't know if that's EA or...
We don't know who owns that right now.
Yeah.
We don't even know if we're going to see it.
There has to be something about fucking Borderlands 3 because there was some leaked
They've been showing it. They've been showing like little here and there trailers for a while. It's just we don't know anything about it other than Borderlands 3. More Borderlands.
You know, it was also like, what, 2 full fucking E3s ago that we had like, here's our game engine trailer for the shadows and the shadow casting.
Yeah, we've had...
That means that you have something in engine, but...
It might be 2K. 2K might be EA this time. Honestly, I don't know. If EA does show off Borderlands 3, I feel like that's a big positive for them, other than Anthem. But I don't know what else they could really show off. Scott, did you hear about the new How to Train Your Dragon new season? There's a show for How to Train Your Dragon?
Yeah.
Wait, isn't that a Netflix thing? No. I have access to this and I don't even know. No? I obviously didn't know it existed then. I'm looking at this against a lot. PC doesn't matter because I don't have a computer that can run games other than card games. And then Sony. Sony has potentially a lot of things. They could potentially show off like they could show off Shadows Die Twice. They could show off...
They're gonna have to show off something about Shadows Die Twice. But it'll be...
For all we know, it's actually they're just gonna be like, here is the project name for Shadows Die Twice, which actually usually gives us a lot of information.
Here's like an engine, like video.
If you remember with Bloodborne, it was called Project Beast, which turned out to actually just straight up be like, hey, this is a really big part of our game. Like, roughly 75% of our game.
I still really hope that, like, they incorporate transformation. Because that was the one biggest downfall for me.
There's some people who've been talking about, like, little bits that they I don't know if it's that they hope to or that they've like heard rumors, I don't know, but there's a lot of people talking about that in Shadows Die Twice there might be weapon transformations like there was in Bloodborne, but there's also some people who mentioned something about Dark Souls 1 Remastered that's very confusing and very annoying if it actually turns out to be a thing.
Okay.
So in Dark Souls 1 Remastered, remember the soul system in Dark Souls 2? Where you could only invade...
Thing. Yeah, I watched Buddy's thing too.
Yeah.
Where, oops, and how you accidentally picked up the lightning spear. Congratulations, now you get to
Congratulations, you get to fight endgame characters. Yeah.
Get fucked.
Yeah, and he mentions that if they're going off of a test run for that might actually be a very large mechanic in Shadows Die Twice, which would suck. Especially if it works the same way it does in Dark Souls 1 Remastered. Because it doesn't work very well.
Yeah.
So, for anyone who's watching who has no idea what the hell we're talking about, in Dark Souls 1 Remastered, there's a system for invasions where you pick up any one weapon that just levels up with normal Titanite, and you'd gain, let's say, 1 rank in your weapon rank. And it goes up to 15. So if you upgrade a weapon to 15, that is one way to get there. But the other way is if you pick up one that uses Twinkling Titanite or another form of Titanite, that increases it by 5, or if I remember correctly. And then if you pick up something like a special weapon, like a unique weapon, like the Lightning Spear that Kiva mentioned, that would bump you up to, I think 11, he said?
Max. It's almost max.
11, which is you can fight max. And you can pick up like just random elemental weapons wherever, and you for a weapon that you can pick up that uses something other than normal Titanite, so Twinkling Titanite or Demon Scale or whatever, like the other various kinds, would be you can pick that up as early as the very first level when you go to the Undead Burg. As to your question, Walker, what kind of dog do I have? I have a Pekingese Shih Tzu and a Bull Mastiff Rottweiler. And he's a lot smaller than it sounds. And by that, I mean he's not very big.
The funny thing about that skill
is
the fact that Dark Souls 2 already had that system in play,
sort of mechanic.
But it wasn't for PvP or PvE. It was only for dropping and picking up weapons. You couldn't pick up a weapon that you didn't have access to.
Yeah, they had a co-op set up to where if you had someone invited to your world and they dropped, let's say, a +5 White Knight Greatsword, you had to have something that uses the same. You had to have something that's either the same rank. So if you let's go for the White Knight weapons, the holy lightning swords and lances and stuff. If you go off of them and you have the Hyde's longsword, then someone tries to drop you another Hyde's, let's say Hyde's spear, the spear for it. You have to have something like the Hyde longsword, the Hyde straight sword. You had to have that at level 5 if they were dropping you the Hyde Spear level 5. Or you had to have a normal weapon that just uses basic Titanite at level whatever the max was. Which, kind of awkward, but it was a lot easier to balance because of the whole it was just strictly for co-op thing. And Walker says, I always wanted a pig. I'm going to get the pig when I get enough money, you know, for a pet. I mean, you do you. I have a friend who owns a pet pig, and it's a pig. I feel like pigs shouldn't be... Well, I mean, they can be, because, like, they're small, they're not that difficult to clean up after if you just... if it's a domesticated, like, tiny pig. But like, it just doesn't. Maybe it's because I've grown up around people with dogs and cats, so when I hear someone be like, I have a pet pig, or I want a pet pig, I'm like, you are kind of strange. Then again, I think chinchillas are fucking adorable, and that's kind of a weird pet, so...
Not really.
I've literally only
seen like having a bunny. It's just
I've only... So here's the funny thing.
Bunny.
Here's the funny thing. I've only ever seen one person with a pet bunny, and I've only ever seen one person with a pet chinchilla, so for me, that's actually very strange. Because yeah. And the worst thing is, the person with the pet chinchilla wasn't even someone I knew. It was the neighbor of somebody I knew. So it's not even like it was my friend's pet chinchilla. It was my friend's neighbor's pet chinchilla. So it's like,
The dark robes.
I'm always weird and people say I'm weird, so it's okay. I mean, yeah. It's fine. It's definitely okay to be weird. It's just, I feel, personally, I think certain pets are just very strange and I don't know. I feel like if I went over to somebody's house and they had a pet pig, I'd be a little uncomfortable around that pet just because I don't really know how to deal with it. Because I suck and I don't know how to deal with things I've never seen before.
What is something I want to do?
Oh, so real quick, just to finish off with the E3 thing. Last one is Nintendo. We know Nintendo's going to show off more things about at least one Pokemon game. Probably Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee, but who knows. And
no, 'cause they already showed us the trailer for that. So.
Yes, but they also did they give us a release date or anything, or did they just give us a trailer?
They gave us the trailer for it, so it's like, hey, this is a
they would
thing.
The next thing that they could show after that would be
Pokemon 2019, but it's 2019.
Well, no, they can show gameplay of Let's Go, whatever, Pikachu and Eevee, but I think we've already seen gameplay, so yeah, they'd show Pokemon
a little bit.
Next generation, which could either be still for the Switch, or they could make like another Switch knockoff game or something, who knows. And then there's supposed to be another Smash Bros.
I don't think they're going to do another one. They're already going to, they've confirmed that they were going to show off Smash Bros. For the Switch.
And then they might show off Metroid Prime 4. Because they announced last year that, hey, Metroid Prime 4 is a thing. We know the title is called Metroid Prime 4. We just know nothing else. We haven't seen any trailers. We haven't seen any gameplay. We haven't even seen any goddamn art pictures. All we know is there's a game in development by Nintendo called Metroid Prime 4, which was kind of one of their winning titles, other than Odyssey, for last year. Just, here's the big game that isn't just a Mario game. But their just a Mario game turned out to be a really good game, so... I don't even own a Switch, so I really can't be like, hey, this is good and this sucks. All I know is what people generally say about it for the places I go to look up information on this crap. And then, whenever BlizzCon happens, there's supposed to be a lot of cool shit going on there. One of which is an untitled Diablo project, which could be really awesome.
D3 or D4.
Possibly. It's just it's in like all of their information and stuff that they've shown. It's just
D3 at this point. I think it's about time.
Here's the neat thing. Between D2 and D3, the exact number of years is the exact number of years since D3 base, because they don't count like expansions and stuff like that. Just the base D3. They usually wait a handful of years. But like between D2 and D3, they wait a handful of years, slowly making job posts, slowly getting rid of them, moving them around, stuff like that, which they've been doing since 2015. So, pretty much, if they're going to release another Diablo game, we're learning about it this year. And then, like, maybe they'll show off something at E3, but probably not, because Blizzard has their own entire convention for a goddamn reason. They're not just gonna not show off some of their biggest, coolest crap there. There should be so, like, I have high hopes that this year's E3's gonna be good. Whether it's good for console players or just, like, a handful of audiences, who knows? Because, like, last year, if you were a sports or racing fan, last year was amazing for you because they showed off so much theoretically cool stuff for those specific audiences at especially EA's and, like, a little bit at, like, other ones, predominantly at EA's. Like, at EA's, they straight up, like, got another, like, an actual car made strictly for the game, and that's fucking awesome. It's just, why? As a non-racing game player and someone who doesn't really care for sports, yeah, as someone who doesn't really care for sports or racing games, that just seems like a very big waste of time and effort for me. So, who knows? Walker, to answer your question, how about a hot dog? So a wiener dog, it's still a dog. Dogs are cute. It's just a long dog. Yeah, I'm hoping for good things starting tomorrow. Whether good things actually happen or not, I can't tell you. I can't see the future often. But hopefully tomorrow is the start to something good. And if it is, should be a really good start. Or it'll be tomorrow starts off with a bang and every day afterward is just trash, which is pretty much completely unlikely because the first day is EA and usually everyone else is one-ups EA just because it's really easy.
It's also one of those things where if you go first, you're already fucked yourself. I don't know why you're
Not
trying.
necessarily. Some companies can go first and they actually do really good. It's just EA is not one of those companies. Because EA's, like, their big stuff is their sports department, and, like, that's probably their biggest source of income from games. So, like, they can't really do much else. Though, they own BioWare, so maybe BioWare has a new game coming out. Who knows? Probably not, but maybe. Everyone can have high hopes for another good Dragon Age game or another good
I would say yes
Mass
to that,
Effect game.
But no.
But no, as in no, you don't, or but no, yeah, but no, as in game series is dead.
Guess what? I got a weird awakening. They fucked up two major franchises in one go. I think we have a problem.
Yeah, Inquisition and Andromeda were really bad.
Well, that's just it for
Inquisition had really good multiplayer, and it, like...
But...
Andromeda was!
Yeah.
Andromeda kind of killed it for both, because it was one of those, we're going to promote this as like, the big, like, Mass Effect game, and then it was, here's a dumbed down, shittier Mass Effect game. That was.
Did you like 3? We took a lot of 3 and
we took 3 and made it worse.
We just kind of went with it.
Did you like 3? Here's shittier 3. Here's 3, except for we made everything ever so slightly shittier. Yeah, there's like. If it's possible that BioWare can make another game, it's just highly unlikely. The issue is, anything that they could make has to be, like, they have really high standards to live up to because of the previous games in their respective series. So if they show off a new game at E3 this year as BioWare for EA, it'll be like, BioWare's new game is, let's say, Dragon Age, whatever the fuck. Everyone is going to compare it to one of two things. Either the last good Dragon Age game or Inquisition. That's a problem. Same with Mass Effect. They'll either compare it to the last good Mass Effect game, which I'm pretty sure is considered 2, or Andromeda, which that's a bad. So, everyone's kind of in a stance of, if BioWare is seen anywhere, they have kind of a lot to look up, like a lot to work up to. Same thing with like, there's a lot of companies, like pretty much all of EA, to be honest, because like if they make another game that's in space, everyone's gonna be like, well. Welcome back, Wolfsbane, whose name is currently Bendy's Little Helper. That's both adorable and terrifying. Thank you for that. Yeah, hopefully E3 is good. Hopefully EA doesn't blow it. I don't have high hopes. But, like, if they make another space game that's, like, strictly space, or in any way resembles anything to do with, like, it might not even be straight up a Star Wars game, but if it resembles one in any way, shape, or form, they are going to have so much anger toward them. Mm-hmm. It doesn't even need to be on purpose. Like, they could make, they could make year's best sci-fi game, but as soon as they show off the trailer and it's in space, everyone's gonna be like, wow! Again? Really? Seems flawed. But really hoping that EA is good tomorrow. Really, really hoping. They're not going to be, but hopefully they are. Wolfsbane, I'm... I did a thing, it was a dumb thing, and now I'm in a lot of pain. It's great. Kiva made fun of me for it. Uh-huh. I mentioned that between yesterday and today, my arms were actually swollen, like the muscles of my forearms. You're like, I'm starting to think I'm stronger than you. Fuck you, don't make fun of me.
That was today, dude.
I know, yesterday to today, between the two, yesterday they were kind of swollen, but they wasn't that bad. Well, it was that bad, it's just I didn't notice it that much. Then I put cream on, so then I mentioned it today, that the swelling went down a bit, and then you were like, wow, I think I'm stronger than you. I'm like, no, you're a jerk, go away. Away!
I mean, you break really easily, dude. I'm gonna be honest.
You have a job!
Yeah, and I don't hurt myself nearly as much as you do in
because
your
you
home.
do your job every day. You know what I do every day? I'll walk. I don't do enough to where I'm constantly built like a brick shithead. I can still do things, but like...
Better I set myself on fire in the shower. One of the two.
Maybe you should not set yourself on fire,
I
actually.
totally set myself on fire, but setting myself on fire. It's fun.
No,
it works.
It's dumb. It's bad. That's bad. That movement was also bad. I can't reach Erica. Oh, how Japanese this game is. I did the worst thing ever. I handed my tablet to my 7-year-old brother, Jesse. I mean, wait.
Cox.
No. Jesse Cox isn't 7! I mean, he acts 7, but he's not 7!
He said
unless you put a
brother,
2 in front of that.
And he said, Jesse, he can be really old.
Wolfsbane is a girl. Hilariously enough named Jessica, so her parents really like names that start with J.
Fuck, not the only ones.
Yeah. Yeah, the only reason I'm really doing this stream tonight is because of the fact that, again, because new person in stream, is because tomorrow is the first day of E3, and usually the Saturday streams are at 3 p.m. my time, So I don't know what that is for any other time zone because I suck and I don't actually look into it. But for 3 p.m. Eastern Time, that's when I usually do my Saturday streams. But because the EA conference is at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm probably not going to be doing much with streams tomorrow until 8 because of the whole there's something else that only happens once a year going on, and I kind of want to deal with it and, watch it because it's kind of a big thing. Wow. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Anyway, what were you saying?
He said, I kind of want to deal with it.
Well, if EA is bad, I will, in fact, have to deal with it. And I will, in fact, probably not.
That's also a thing you can do.
Well, I need to watch it to know if it's bad. And then if they just only show off, like, really shitty sports games and stuff, well, then I know that it's just going to be bad. And then I can just stop. And then I can read later that they showed off this, like, super awesome mega game, and then I didn't see it, so now I'm really sad. But until that point, I mean, it's also EA, so that's never going to happen. But, like, until that point, we don't know. And because of who our entire group is as...
Game Explain, who literally just copy-paste every half second, everything
Second-year-olds
that's
suck.
shown.
Pretty much everyone under 10 kind of sucks. Like, they're cute, but they suck.
Huh? What?
Wolfsbane said 7-year-olds suck. Generally, if they're under the age of 10, usually they suck. To a certain extent, some of them are cute, but they generally suck.
I think delivering this fucker stuff is gonna be a pain in the ass. Alright, MP regen, that's fair. Crit, MP steal, that's also fair. Resistant health and life steal, okay. Yeah, that's fair for all of you. Why does that give you magic? I never understood that. Give me a map. Whoop, whoop. Okay. What? Curious. Whoop, whoop. And boob.
Okay.
Add.
Yeah, hopefully tomorrow's a good day for the first day of E3. Illegal process. Oh right, in going to the Digi Lab the first time in this game, you break the internet.
Woo! Crit.
Yay, breaking the internet.
Master Mana Steel MP. Wow.
Alternatively, I don't know what we're streaming tomorrow, because if I can stream at 3, I'm probably not going to stream this for a third time in a row. And then, well, I might, if no one else is around. And then at 8, I think the play is probably the D3 Hardcore run, but I don't know.
Wait, what D3 Hardcore run? What?
Yeah, me, Mel, and Matt started a Diablo 3 hardcore run.
Yeah, I forgot that was
where I'm a Nutcromancer that does a ton of damage. Well, compared to Mel's Wizard and Matt's Crusader, I actually can one-shot things. They can't. Because the Wizard, though good, not that good. The Crusader just doesn't do damage. They just don't do damage for so long. And because of who Vale is as a person, it's probably going to be a whole lot of just me carrying until a certain point of the game. Can I get into fights? I don't think I can get into a fight, but I'm actually morbidly curious. If I can get into a fight, I can start a little bit of... No, I can't get into a fight. If I could have started some scan progress early. Everyone thinks kids are so cute and innocent, but right when your guard's down,
I'm sorry,
snap!
I don't think you've seen Kara before.
King Fit.
You don't know this.
Keep in mind, Kiba is pretty sure this girl is like 12.
They're the fucking evil!
I mean, yes, but, like, that's not the point. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna stream tomorrow, other than I'm probably gonna do Diablo 3 hardcore run. Other than that, I have no idea. Hey, look, a Wormmon. This Wormmon is such a pussy. Oh, guess what, Kiba? So I streamed this earlier today for the 3 p.m. stream, and I got 2 copyright notices from Bandai Namco. So
What did you do?
it was literally just I was playing the game on a stream, and now I can't monetize the streams. Is Diablo 3 available on tablets? No.
What would it be?
Two things, Wolfsbane. A, no, it wouldn't be. It's not available on tablets.
Fucking
And B,
how?
we play on PlayStation 4, so the only other people we could play with are also on PlayStation 4.
Oh, that's the other cool thing about Paladins for the Switch.
Huh.
It's crossplay.
Interesting.
Probably with only PC, but it's still crossplay.
Yes, actually.
I can
Most
play
likely
with my
only with PC.
friends who are really into it right now. If I decide to spend $20, which I'm totally not going to do.
Or wait a month.
Yeah, I'll just wait the month. I doubt they'll be done with it by then. Someone who's obsessive, compulsive with buying voice packs and then... I'm not kidding.
Just, I mean, you have, in certain things, you have obsessive compulsive with buying cute things. Not always, but sometimes.
Off. Okay, just because the game was about to hand me a Fennec Fox and then took it away from me doesn't mean jack shit.
Except for all of the jack and shit that it means. Yeah, we don't do anything on mobile because A, none of us actually have mobile devices that we could do anything fun on, and B, not enough of us give a shit to do so. I think me and Riley and maybe Kiba could do Black Survival, but because me and Riley are on iOS and I'm pretty sure you have it on your tablet. Yeah. I don't A, think we could connect, and B, that's only 3 people, and that's not very interesting to see.
Well, some things are picky about what happened wrong, but things like Kingdom Hearts doesn't give a shit.
It's just the thing that, like, as much as we could do things on iOS and Android, we won't because we don't have A, enough people, and B, enough will. Plus, my phone is generally used for communication with usually my family. Or Tia. You know what? I'm going to keep the name Bendy's Little Helper for a while. I think Bendy is adorable. Clearly you have not seen that game!
Yes, it's a sex pose, so, you know.
Bendy and the Ink Machine?
No, the name Bendy. Why would you call your kid
Bendy?
Like...
Because her little brother was probably watching Bendy and the Ink Machine. Or he's weird and he was playing Bendy and the Ink Machine. Then again, I think everyone who enjoys horror games extensively is weird, so I don't know. I'm very particular with who I dislike. I don't dislike a lot of people, but there's a lot of people I think are strange for things that they enjoy. Like everyone who's like, oh, we should play a bunch of GTA 5 forever, and I'm like, I won't allow you to buy that from me because I feel like it'd be a waste of your money and my time. Because I've had a lot of people be like, oh, let me buy GTA 5 for you, and I'm like, no, fuck off. I don't care, and I never will. I had it on PS3, and I haven't given a shit since. And I won't anytime soon.
I think it's considered, I'm pretty sure... Put that on PS3.
I literally don't care.
Where can I go? Crit EXP gold and +1 to dice.
I think Ink Bendy is cute. Then again, I have a very strange sense of cuteness. There you go. I'm at a weird crossroads with this game because I really want to get to like later in the game really quick, but I don't want to do too much because if I do, then I'm going to miss some of the stuff that's really awesome. Or like I want some of the things that are like heavy things to kind of like land and simmer. So I think actually a thing I might do with this game just in particular is instead of doing it like I did with Digimon World Next Order, where I did it like at least one stream every day for the 3 days on the weekend that I stream, or the weekend that I stream, I just do the one. What's up? Anyway, instead of the thing where I did Digimon, like I do a stream on Friday, stream on Saturday, stream on Sunday, usually at 3 o'clock for each of them. I think with this one, it might be better for me to do like one on Friday, one on Sunday, and Saturday I can use like a
fucking revives.
Saturday I can have as like a day off kind of thing, or I can do just a stream of this on Sunday or just on Friday or something. And whenever one of my friends trips or passes out, I scream, "I claim the body." Yeah, that'll do it.
Oh, so this is Night in the Woods. I see how it is. Other people will get that reference, you won't.
Nope.
Probably.
No idea what you're on about. Yeah, I don't. I'm not 100% sure on how I want to do this game because there's a lot, like, there's so much to it that I might get it to where I have, like, if I can get to certain points, I might have it as where it's like Sunday I do main story stuff and maybe Friday I do side quests. Or like, I know for Mondays and Wednesdays I can do just grinding. This is really funny. There's two customers in the Hoodie Cafe, and they're right outside of Erica's room. And they're like, "Oh, people who walk past this room have misfortune. Sometimes their digivices crash, or embarrassing pictures of them go out, or they get stuck in an automatic door, or bitten by a dog, or black cats cross their path or something." And they both end up being like, "Yeah, we need to go and get a fucking exorcism." Better go see an exorcist. I'll go with you. They're passing a door.
Usually you just go to the priest for that. You don't need to specifically get an exorcist, but whatever.
They're passing a door. They're not going in the door. Nothing is happening to them. They're just like, "Oh no, this door is evil, and now we're cursed. We need to go see an exorcist, stat boy."
Oh yes, yeah. But remember one the other day when I said I beat Bloodstained Curse of the Moon? I only beat half the game.
Yeah, I watched Johnny's review of that.
I didn't realize
you can beat the game. That doesn't mean you beat the game.
Also, hello, fucking 7 endings.
Johnny just mentioned that there were, like, of what Johnny did for his review, he was like, "Oh, each difficulty has, like, interesting things for you to try out." Like his very first run, he got all the side characters. His next run, he didn't get any of them. He killed all of them. And then in the last difficulty, you don't need to care. You can do both.
Yeah, did you know, FYI, this is the next Undertale game. Wait, what do you mean this is the next Under... Oh my god, you killed her.
Oh my lord, you can kill your friends. Yeah.
Oh my god, you can walk away. Why would you just leave someone defenseless in the forest when they've just been...
Yeah, he explains that he did a run on each difficulty and he did different things each time. Like,
yeah, there's
the very
endings.
first run, he got all of his friends. The next run, he didn't get any. The next run, he killed everyone. And then on the final difficulty, it doesn't matter what you do, you end up with both anyway. You have the powers from killing all of them, and then they can also be used, so...
Yeah,
because highest difficulty! Because you need to beat the game a bunch of times anyway, so...
Which is
might
sad
as well.
because you get
He
some
doesn't
really
mention that there's any other endings, though. He mentions that he
there are 7
just,
endings.
Well, for him, he mentioned that he only got the one every time.
There's a normal ending, there's a good ending, there's a bad ending, and then there's 2 specific endings depending on how many people you decide to leave behind or kill. So, yeah. Which is sad because apparently the...
No, it's very cold. I just put the box in the fridge. No problem.
Oh, can I kill it? Oh, please kill it.
Evie,
please
one
kill it.
more.
Evie, please.
That is a row.
Please.
Ow. Interesting thing about this particular instance is Wormmon sounds like a small girl, and it's a he, and he is actually being well alive. She's like giving him an autopsy. Not making sure it's dead first, just, well, it's alive, giving it an autopsy. Making sure to keep it alive. But still giving it an autopsy. Oh, I hate this. Sure, but if I do, will you stop dissecting me? Analyzing, and sure, I'll think about it. All my cats are black, I dress all black, I break mirrors for fun, I walk under ladders to freak my friends out, and I'm the least worried. Superstitious. I mean, at that point, if you're superstitious, you're kind of fucked. If you do literally everything that would upset someone who's superstitious, and you're yourself superstitious, you're kind of having a bad time all the time by choice. Alright, I think... Hey, you've made some reliable allies. What's up, my dude? Single letter.exe. You've got to look at the Shiga. I'm sad to hear it myself. He kind of died. And in this game, it is actually metaphorical. It's less metaphorical death than it was in the first game. Yes, they're in a coma, but this game explains that you cannot get them back. What, you think it's trans? I know about that. I know the ins and outs of Kowloon. It's easy to get my hands on that much info. Plus, Hoodie itself is pretty famous among hackers. They're Zaxxon's confidants after all. Let me give you some advice. Don't go trusting those guys too much. Yeah? Those guys are hackers after all. I'm only superstitious about aliens. That's the only thing I'm scared of.
I knew it was going to happen.
That someone mentioned aliens or something in a game. DV die?
No. I was watching someone play Vampire because I was like, I'm still on the fence about it. I don't know how I feel about it.
Why, but I don't.
So I decided to watch 2 episodes of an hour each of it, and I'm like, oh well, this is actually kind of interesting. You know, maybe if nothing happens for E3, maybe I'll get it. And in the process of me hitting the second episode's end, Gollum uploads his first episode for it, and I'm like, damn it, I knew it was going to happen.
I mean, if you want more information about it, there's always, there's a channel called Game Ranks that does a series where they give people information before they would go to buy a game. Like, if there's a new release, they'll be like, okay, here's a little bit of information. Well, they just gave a little bit of like important information that you would actually like want to know before you bought a game. Like, not usually how long is it, but like a few things here and there that are like, what's the game like? Well, it's just vague things. They do everything they can not to spoil anything, but they also try their best to either sell you on it or not, depending on if what they played was actually something that worked at all. So, like, if they go through and it's like, oh yeah, we were playing through and then we fell through the planet out of nowhere.
Oh, that would never happen. I just realized. Fucking in Game Explains thumbnail for the fucking Super Smash Bros. Switch hype, fucking Simon Belmont's in there. We know that's not happening. Konami's a douche. It won't happen. Konami's a douche.
Wasn't there an alien Digimon in Season 1? Yeah, Vaudemon. I'm gonna go into Eden just so I can show off the thing that you're talking about. The exact thing that you literally just mentioned. I can show that off because I'm using a save of Digimon 1, Cyber Sleuth 1 that is 100%ed. Wow, sneezing. Oh, that felt uncomfortable. Was Vaudemon an ultimate or a champion? Yes, he was an ultimate. Vaudemon. Unidentified flying kiss. He's a virus, a dark. He's an ultimate level. And you can only get him via turds. Whether it be a platinum poop, a normal poop, or golden poop, he comes from poop. Shrieks in C major. Holy shit. I feel like that's a talent in itself.
Damn it, Eevee. I need you to get one more level.
So that it can maybe evolve into something?
It will. I looked it up. Because it's apparently the only Pokemon in the entire game that levels this way.
That evolves in a very specific manner?
It evolves at level 36, and
That's
based on what... based off of what things it has attached to it when it hits level 36, if it's more attack, if it's more health, or if it's equal,
health
will depend on which one it comes.
Health!
Shut up, you.
Health! Has more health! Oh, that's something else. Alright, I'm gonna try and do a few fights, see if I can get a Poyomon. And then I think that might be enough for now, because we are an hour 12 in. I got Koromon and Papamon again! God damn it, Leroy. X-Files flashbacks. I feel like that's a part of the problem.
I already have a water, so I don't want another water. So I do actually want Flareon.
Get your damage on, my guy.
I also totally don't have an electric type.
Well, then Jolteon is your dude.
But also getting
type
this thing
coverage,
to be
though, Kiba.
even is a
Type coverage.
I don't care. I can get another one.
Type coverage, Kiba. Type coverage.
Actually, I think I do have an electric. It just sucks because I think it's Magnetite.
Magnetite, not Magnemite. Magnetite.
Oh no, I have an Electabuzz. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You're fine. Everything's
that's
fine.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Electabuzz is pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's pretty
good. That's pretty okay.
Okay, now how many of you am I going to feed to my Eevee so it gets to
level
36?
Thing for you to keep in mind, because I feel like you forgot it. When they announce shit at E3, that's usually shit that's not coming out until the end of the year or next year sometime, assuming it actually does have a release date. I'm just saying.
Are those special ones that are like, hey, by the way.
Yeah, but generally if it's a full game, it's not, hey, we're releasing it early. It'll just be like, hey, there's a side thing, like a little like Fallout Shelter thing that's a little extra, just to have something for you for now.
Yo, Eevee, beat the shit out of these Pokemon. Eat their souls. You must become the Flareon.
Keep in mind, he's getting an adorable little fox puppy to beat the shit out of probably much larger things.
Oh, I don't want to get rid of my Krabby. No, I'm not getting
Crab people. Crab people. I'm pretty sure I'm going crazy. Damn it.
Eevee, evolve. Evolve into a
Evolve.
majestic creature.
Become the majestic fire puppy that you need to be.
Yay! Wow, you look mean.
Fire
Your
dog.
fucking mouth is wide open.
Well, it's not a fire dog, it's a fire fox, but yeah.
Firefox.
Well, is Eevee it's not a cat.
It is a fox.
It's more canine-like, but it's not as if you compare it to Vulpix, it isn't a fox. But if you compare it to Vulpix, it's not a fox. And if you compare it to Growlithe, it's not a doggo.
It is still a fox.
Doesn't-
Really? This Ditto doesn't give me 100?
Why are you beating the shit out of Ditto? You monster!
I'm not beating the shit out of him. I'm letting the Ditto teach me a move, so it knows if my Flareon doesn't know basic bitch normal moves.
Learn Fire Spin!
I mean, that'd be pretty cool considering the thing I'm getting rid of is Flail.
I'm literally just trying to get the Poyomon. Even if it's only at 100%, that's more than enough. Because Poyomon is going to turn into our Lord and Savior!
Oh, Flare Blitz.
That's a good one. That's a hell of a good one. Pretty sure Flare Blitz is,
Oh, that's my Erdak.
increased speed. I remember that episode of Pokemon where Officer Jenny calls Growlithe Arcanine. I mean, you can nickname your Pokemon whatever you
totally
want.
Not in this
So, well, yeah, but in that game, they're technically not your Pokemon. They're just things you become friends with. You did not capture them. You befriended them via their stomachs. There's a difference.
game. Wait, whoa. Wait a minute.
They are not your slaves. They're your stray doggos. Even though there's only technically one doggo in that game. Well, there's 3 canines, but there's only one real doggo. Because that game was only up to Gen 1, right?
It's 150 Pokemon. It's Gen 1.
But in Gen 1 there was
original
151 Pokemon.
Fuck off.
I prefer to fuck on, thank you.
me.
I can't get monetized. Hey. Yeah, not you. You're a dude. It's weird. Don't be weird, Kiva.
Fanfics would, probably
Shut up,
change
you.
that,
Stop promoting that. No one needs that. We don't need any kind of
all
that.
things considered, I'm pretty sure.
Ow.
Wow, holy crap! With Eevee evolving, my power went up by like a third. Like holy shit! I wasn't able to fight this boss. Now I can.
Come on, I just need to find one more Poyomon. Hello, phone. I literally just need one more Poyomon, and then I can get a Poyomon, and then I can make it into what I need it to be.
Actually, I wonder what level. I assume my Pidgeotto is gonna evolve.
Why? Why can't I find another little Spooge monster? I mean, I can. It's just not the one I'm looking for. I find the green Spooge monster, not the white Spooge monster. Now there's 800 plus Pokemon. They made a fucking Pokemon. All the things they could have used. It had to be politics. Hey, there's a little Spooge monster. I mean, yeah. They're gonna use everything eventually. Wait for 2021 where the new Pokemon is just a Digimon.
No, it's gonna be a chair.
No, that'll come out next year. We already have a set of keys.
I know, that's what I mean. They've literally run out of ideas. They're not even doing cool stuff like
And
Digimon
ice
does.
cream.
They're just taking fucking inanimate objects.
To be fair, the
Next
newest Digimon, other than reverse
Skill.
Metal Greymon and Metal Gurumon and War Greymon, is a little dog fox thing made of swords.
Hey, Skill.
Hi, how are you?
Guess what I guarantee the next
answer my
inanimate
question.
object is gonna be?
A toaster.
Either it's gonna be a fucking scouter.
A scouter,
pair of
like from Dragon Ball?
sunglasses. Yeah, it's gonna be a fucking VR headset of some sort, or it's gonna be like a pair of wireless earbuds. Specifically wireless.
You said Pokemon. Did you mean peripheral?
No, I'm talking about Pokemon.
You mean okay. You mean a
I'm talking
Pokemon
about
that is
Pokemon.
just a VR, like a VR headset.
Yeah.
You know what you're reminding
But,
me of
slightly
that I'd
different,
love
so it
to
doesn't look
have,
like a
but
VR
I
headset,
can't
but it's
have?
Still totally a VR headset. What?
You know what I'd love to have that I can't have it would be so cool. So there's always been this little idea just in the back of my head because I'm partially a psychopath where I've always wanted to have a Pokemon game. Not like, kind of like Spectrobes, where you can fight alongside of them, but instead of you fight alongside them, like you have a sword and they have a thing. Instead, you can turn them into the weapon. That would be cool to me, partially because I'm a sociopath and I'm totally okay with that. But it's not a thing. But it would be
Hey,
great.
Skill.
Huh.
Might I interest you in a game called Xenoblade Chronicles 2?
You could,
Where
but I don't
you
have a
get to
Switch.
You get to
So it
use
doesn't matter.
waifus as blades
Yeah, but I
and
don't.
guns and stuff.
Seriously, I'd rather have a toilet Pokemon or a bike or a car or a turf. Oh wait, there's already one. It's called Gulpin. Sorry,
Oh, shit.
spell check freaked. It does that a lot actually. Yeah, like I like the idea of sort of like with how Disgaea does it, but instead of it being things from Disgaea, it's Pokemon. Imagine that. You can transform your Squirtle into an actual water weapon. And maybe their personality could determine what kind of weapon they turn into. That'd be incredibly
but that would be
specific
way too
and
much
nobody would
effort for
enjoy it, but I
Pokemon,
think it would be
dude.
great.
You're going a little overboard. There's
A
a
little?
reason why Disgaea was able to do it. Disgaea only has so many monsters and X
Well,
variants
no,
of
because
each one.
keep in mind, this would have to be a side project anyway, so they don't even have to use all of them.
I'm just saying.
I know,
that's
but,
a
like-
lot of shit for them.
Even if they only used like 100, the original 151 Pokemon, just make like even if there's only 3 natures, just sword, nope, sword, spear, hammer, range. Technically, it could be gun, but considering how Pokemon works, it would not be gun. But you know what I mean.
You have to remember that a certain Nintendo
Who
company
literally
AOK
remembers the
Yokai
episode that
Watch,
was.
who literally has a gun.
Yeah, but they don't allow that kind of thing for Pokemon. There was an episode where there was supposed to be a gun in Pokemon, but they deleted the episode from North America because they thought it wouldn't be family friendly, and parents would be upset, and children would learn how to use guns by watching someone use one that looked terrible.
You don't have to worry about that. Though.
And
The news will
even
do that for you.
then, the gun that they were using didn't look like an actual gun. It looked like it was supposed to shoot tranquilizers. But it was a
But still.
handgun, so it's one of those. But they took
Even
the
then.
episode out completely. So that episode doesn't exist, and all the things that happened in that episode that were relevant no longer matter. They still happened, it just you didn't get to see them.
Also, the fact that literally the news will beat them to it, so you know.
Every time, but like, that's not the point. Nintendo wants to be
Hey,
family friendly
we
for
had a
everyone.
terrorist or we had a school shooting. I'm gonna tell you
Child
exactly
shot
how
up a
he did
school at 3 a.m. today.
But-
Nobody knows
but-
why. No one was there. Just him. Just wanted to break things, I guess.
That'd be funny.
I
just got really angry.
I would literally be the worst. I feel like I'd be a terrible news anchor because I'd say something, but then it would be like, this is a very serious topic. But here's how to make it funny. I'm not a good place. Not a good person to do important things.
Psychic. And
yeah, I think that would be cool.
Electric.
I know how to use a gun, and I'm a middle schooler. My family is military style. That makes so much sense, but seriously, don't do that. That's a bad.
Military families are shitty.
Well, can't win them all.
They really are.
But yeah,
I mean,
like
I understand you can't choose your family.
I think that would be really cool, though. Personally, even if they didn't, even if they only had like close range weapons, I think that'd be cool. Clearly a psychopath, but I think that'd be really cool.
Also, not militaries in the actual like military. They're cool. I'm talking about the military families.
Yeah, no, I
like,
think she means actual military.
Nazis practically.
No, I think she actually means like in the army military.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
I was talking about
that's why they have
extremists.
guns.
Hey, guess what? You're a kid. How old are you? You're 27. You've never been outside. Really?
But yeah,
how the hell do you manage that?
Back onto the topic of something that's cool and not something that sucks. I think that would be a cool idea. Where you get to have a Pokemon as like turn. The only reason I say use something like the original 151 is because if you used, let's say, up to a certain extent, you have Hone Edge and Dual Blade and Aegislash. Those are actually just straight up swords.
Those are actually just straight up weapons.
They're actually just swords. Yes, they steal your soul when you use
your
them.
Keys at your enemy. Make
okay,
them
to be fair, you could do
fight.
some cool shit with Klefki, okay? I
No,
don't know what it would be, but you could technically.
And they're just like, why?
You could technically do some cool shit with Klefki. You wouldn't,
actually,
but you could theoretically do some cool shit with Klefki. What?
Actually, guess what?
What?
We could just turn it into a Keyblade.
See? Cool shit with Klefki.
It'd be stupid in pink, but you know.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Oh, you just remind me of something that might be shown off at E3 for Square Enix, which is Kingdom Hearts 3, because yes, we've seen a lot, but we don't know a date.
Yeah,
we've seen an entire world. We know the name, we know the worlds in the game, but we don't have a date.
That's because I think that was the only demo
we know pretty much everything. Like we know at least
like a handful of fucking people got to touch it.
And they ended up with a straight up trailer that was just gameplay of an entire world. Cut up, obviously, but still.
I feel like there was at least a couple people
hey,
who got hands-on access with
it.
Fuck off. You know better.
I personally think the Pokemon weaponization would be cool. It can't happen, it will never happen, but I think it'd be cool. However, that also is me just literally reminding myself of Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monsters, because the movie or few episodes or whatever of that, there was an instance where Yugi turned Dark Magician into an armor and weapon. Same with BLS.
Yep. There's also the skill. I wish that was another thing that fucking came back. In GX, they had like an MMO styled fucking Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, where everyone was in kind of like that. Which fun fact, that was taken from the original show, where they had the exact same thing. In the original one, there was an instance where everyone was like, "Oh, let's go to," or Mokuba invited us all to go to Kaiba Land. Gets to Kaiba Land. Kaiba's stuck in a video game. Now you're all stuck in the exact same video game, and it's literally just, what if Yu-Gi-Oh! Was an MMO, and you didn't use your entire deck, you only use cards that you care for, because we need this to actually make sense. They're only going to use the cards that they fully understand how to use. Also known as their main, like, 4. And Teia's fucking useless. Then again, when is she not? But, like, well, she wasn't in the Capsule Monsters arc. It's just she didn't do anything cool in the Capsule Monsters arc either.
Yeah.
She was just kind of a thing. Like, early on, she got Happy Lover. Cute. It's a healer, I guess. And then later she got Dark Witch. Cool. Doesn't matter to an extent, but cool.
But yeah, like that, and like I think there was another one that was way earlier. I think it was in like season like 2 or 3. That had something to do with Merrick, and I think also Kaiba Corp because
everything has to do with Kaiba Corp. Kaiba's ego is as big as the planet.
It might have been Pegasus. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody who had higher up fucking technology is just like, hey,
Kaiba.
test this shit for me.
It would be Kaiba. Kaiba's the only one with any tech in that entire show. The only other person who has any kind
for tech. So
Kaiba breaks people for tech. Anyway, the only other person who could potentially have any kind of cool tech is Duke Devlin, and all he's got is bringing sexy back. So.
Yeah, like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon sometimes have like really good ideas. We need another Pokemon Ranger game that doesn't break the Switch.
That isn't shit.
Also, Mystery Dungeon. Fucking bring back Mystery Dungeon, you fox. And make it good again. Please.
Wolfsbane says, I want a Ghost-type Eevee, but what I really want is to be a Riolu, which would be awesome. I'd be walking around talking to Pokemon. Also, Kaiba's a dick. Yes, he is.
Huh? What?
No, Kaiba. Seto Kaiba. Koiba.
Look,
my name is not Koiba. Yeah, Kaiba boy.
Koiba boy.
Yeah, like technically, you could just sit here going off of ideas of like how to make a game that would be still part of some like an existing IP, but also really cool.
Was it 5Ds that had the realistic hologram things where the cards could actually damage the environment, but they actually didn't? It was just a fake like existence.
That started in 5Ds.
But they could still like demo buildings.
That started in 5Ds, and then it became like a really big plot point in Arc V, which, by the way, is a really dumb show. I don't know why I'm still watching it.
Oh yeah, because the movie didn't. Yeah, the movie took place.
Bonds Beyond Time. Yes, Bounds. Bound them beyond time.
Bounds beyond time. This is beyond before time. Oh god.
The land before crime.
No.
God, I wish.
There's a lot of crime in that.
But yeah, like I'm pretty sure that theoretically me and you could probably just sit here popping ideas off, and we could get at least 3 different known IPs per person. Like, I have 3, you have 3, they're different IPs for each, like there's no one IP that clashes, and we could at least give off one idea for a game that could potentially be really good, if done right, obviously. But, like, it would be different from the normal thing.
But, you know.
It would be different from the normal thing, such as Pokemon, but your Pokemon transform into weapons. I think that's great. I'm also probably not allowed near things that make people happy. I'm crazy. Like, I can easily be like, oh, the 3 main things. Make a Pokemon game where Pokemon can be weapons. Make a Digimon game where it's more like it. I want to say make another Digimon card battle arena, whatever it was called. But that's not a very good idea. That's a really bad idea. Plus, I'm pretty sure Digimon has actually done pretty much every genre except for a music game. Hey, I can send you a picture of me as a Riolu over Twitter. You really need to fix your Discord, girl. Because me logging onto Twitter is weird.
Old.
Yeah. I can log on to Twitter, I just don't like to, because I don't actually want to have it open. I mean, you can, and I'll check it later, but like, fix your Discord, plus. Join the Discord server, plus, if you haven't. For anyone who's watching this other than Wolfsbane, please join the Discord. We like having friends. We're pretty much all there all the time. Or at least there's one person online all the time. Kiva's online, he just doesn't talk to anyone. Not all the time, but generally during the day he's online, he just doesn't like having friends. Other than me, which is very confusing. Like, if you live in, pretty much, if you live in Europe, Asia, or Australia, Wagoats or Tia will always be online for you, because you probably have the same time zone, if not pretty goddamn close. And then anything in North America is the predominant members of the group. So me, Kiba, Chaos, Riley, Mel. There's lots of us there. And I'm pretty sure I just named a handful of moderators. Like, there are other people in there, obviously, it's just those are the moderators that come to mind. There's also, like, Haxorus, or whatever his name is. I think we just named him Haxorus and it's stuck. He's now a Pokemon. All loops back.
Hacks are us.
Yeah, it's like Toys R Us, except for not dead.
Company. It's
like Toys R Us, except for it's still around.
Hey, I was gonna say, except it's not dying, because everyone could always use a good butchering. Everybody always likes slabs of meat.
Hacks?
Yeah.
I'm playing a game about hacking into the internet, and you use Hacks or Us as in hack and slash.
Yeah.
You, and I'm the psycho.
I did that.
I am, but like, you know what I mean. Alright,
Hacks or Us, we'd immediately get shut down, so, you know.
Well, Hackers are us. Then again, maybe not, because technically that could be
Unless
used...
we work for the government, and by the way, fuck that shit.
Not necessarily, because private investigators count. Private investigators do not work for the government, however, they do stuff that works very similar.
They have you under lock and key.
To be fair, they have you, and if you live in North America, if you live in the U.S., they have you under lock and key anyway. I'm gonna draw it now. I'm gonna do way better of a picture than that black one I sent you. Go for it. I love seeing people do better at art than me, which isn't very difficult. I've mentioned this many times. I fuck up stick figures. I'm terrible. Never. If I ever have an instance where someone's like, you should draw and post it to Twitter and like do that, and then we can have a thing that you like to use from you as a avatar or something, I'm going to A, say no, and B, get someone else to do it, because I cannot art. I am art retarded. That's not even a joke. I'm actually art retarded.
So
the only artistic thing I can do in terms of like things you would learn in an art classroom, where you'd learn about like colors and shit, is molding with like clay or something. I can do that. I can't do anything else.
Metalsmith and jewelry.
I mean art classes in like drawing, painting, stuff like that. If you go off of that, I could theoretically metalsmith and jewelry and acrylic and wood. Whether or not I can do any of those successfully or effectively, I don't know, but
yeah,
I'm also not really willing to try it, because at least 3 of those things require me to be near heat for an extensive period of time, and yeah, that doesn't work out well at all. Yeah, I have no heat resistance at all. It's actually really disappointing. Which is funny, because I'm literally the only person I've ever, like, even among my family, I'm the only person who it's that bad for. Like, hey, it's 20 degrees, or 24 degrees outside. My mom can go outside and, like, work with the garden, hang out, drink water, sit on her swing. My brother can just go outside and walk around for fucking 4 hours and it's fine. Well, you get sunburnt, but, like, that's not a temperature-based thing. That's just... the sun is an asshole.
I was gonna say, I get burned.
Same with my dad. Meanwhile, I go outside when it's 24 and I'm like half dead in 10 minutes. It's really bad. Anyway, I think with that we've done a bit of grinding. We got a Betamon, so now we have a second starter, which is convenient and just vaguely cheating. Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed. I'm going to end the stream for now, and if you guys do see another stream tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and then we will likely be talking about what I've seen at E3. And hopefully everybody enjoyed this stream, enjoyed the last stream, and enjoys the next stream. And check out the links to the Discord, Patreon, and Facebook page in the description below. And like, comment, subscribe, and all that. And hit the stupid little bell and select all, because YouTube is stupid. And we will see you guys on the next one. Peace.